So it's interesting that you hold Mr. Chidambaram culpable, criminally culpable. Your dear friend and colleague Mr. Arun Shourie is on record having said that his sin is that of omission, not, he's not culpable, criminally culpable. You're at variance.
I don't know where and when Mr. Arun Shourie made this remark, but I like to tell you that I don't consider that Mr. Chidambaram is guilty only of an act of omission. He is, as finance minister, he is the protector of government revenues. He is the guardian of the public exchequer, and anything, otherwise the finance ministry would not have taken the position. What was the initial position that the finance ministry took in 2007 before the licenses were issued? They said entry fee cannot be as determined in 2001. There must be a new market determined entry fee. They said that the spectrum has become a scarce commodity, therefore a spectrum should be auctioned. Then they were aware of the case of additional spectrum having been allotted to some telecom operators, and they said that that also must be charged extra at market prices. These were the three main issues before the finance ministry, and all these the finance ministry took a position. Then they give up on entry fee, then they give up on additional spectrum. Mr. Chidambaram's note of 15th January 2008, that says let's treat it as a closed chapter. Why treat it as a closed chapter? What had transpired between the earlier position and this position? And then it comes to the question of the initial spectrum which is granted along with the license, and as far as that is concerned, the Ministry of Finance's position was that that should also be auctioned because spectrum had become a scarce commodity. Now spectrum is all over the air. You and I are sitting next to a spectrum. Okay, but the spectrum was not a scarce commodity. In early 2000, it was not, because the subscriber bases were small. There was not so much demand. Now, by 2007, it had become a scarce commodity because the telecom service had expanded, mobile telephony had expanded, and the finance ministry were quite right in saying that the spectrum has become a scarce commodity and should be priced on a market basis, market determined price.
Sir, I come back to the note of 25th March, and that has become a real bone of contention. This whole government and the controversy that is generated. We're seeing two senior ministers, the finance minister and the home minister, obviously not on the same page on this issue. What is your reading of this situation?
You see, the finance minister has come out with a statement, or he has not said it publicly, but it is in public domain. He has written a letter to the Prime Minister and also to the UPA chairperson, and in which he has explained what happened. And according to that explanation, the government decided that lots of people are inquiring into this, the courts, PAC, JPC, this, that and the other. So government ministries must take one position. That was the starting point. So consultations were held with all concerned, which included the Ministry of Law, which included Finance Ministry, which included PMO, which included Cabinet Secretary, and of course the DOT. And all these people sat together, arrived at a position, and then the note was prepared and sent to the Finance Minister. The note was then amended in whatever manner and then sent to PMO. Now, what is Pranab Mukherjee conveying through this? That he alone is not responsible. The note of 25th March is the collective stand of the government. And I have already told you that the note is judgmental. It passes judgment on the actions or lack of action of the finance minister.